Hi everyone, you all. This is CoinsKid. Going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for your support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So far we're doing relatively well. Okay, we're holding support after 55 EMA, which is what you want to see. We're also above the 1272 at 32659. Okay, now there is a tweet on Twitter where this guy's calling for another drop. I'll go to Twitter, look at that. It's very, very interesting. It does make a lot of sense, to be honest with you. That third drop would coincide with some of these alts dropping the targets that we've seen on them particular alts, okay, and also it would actually match our bottom of the Gaussian channel on the 5-day, and it would also match this swing, this cluster just here. Do you see this? So do anticipate this, that potentially, you know, you may come up to a level of resistance up here for Bitcoin and have one more sort of rollover. I think it's projecting the 14th or the 17th of July. A lot of Bitcoins are going to be dumped on the market, okay, which would, you know, see a sell-off, and obviously that third dump, and at that point that would be the low, and that would hopefully be the bottom in the market. So, you know, we're not out of the woods yet, because like I said to you, on the daily, this is your most important thing you want to see on the daily, okay? You're making progress, you're getting through the 20 daily EMA, which is great, but the main thing you want to see is get through the 55. That's all you need to see, okay? You just need to see yourself get through the 55 on the daily, because if you do, it's golden, okay? Because just like here, when you had this nasty correction in March, you created the bullish cross, see you later alligator, and obviously you got overextended just there. Do you see that? You got a little bit of a repel just there, which was great. And then I think last September the market got a little bit greedy and there was a bit of a sell-off there, created the bearish cross, but literally, you know, in a couple of weeks there, you reverse the trend and you start to pick up from these high lows. Beautiful, beautiful continuation. Created the bullish cross, a buy and go to the beat signal from CoinsKid just there, and you can see at that moment that appreciation for Bitcoin since, when is that, October of last year. You peaked out roughly 187 days, 494% later. So, you know, this is the signal we're waiting for. This is the buy and go to the beat signal from CoinsKid, okay? This is what you're waiting for. If you don't want to time the bottom perfectly and you're looking for that reversal confirmation statement in this bull market for Bitcoin, taking us up to 200k just there, then just sit tidy, sit pretty, and wait for this daily bullish cross on the 55 and the 20 EMA. That should buy and go to the beat signal from CoinsKid right there, okay? So yeah, I mean, if we did have one more rollover, so be it. It is what it is, but you can see we're being forced into something, aren't we? You know, the 20 is coming down. You know, this support level is being really tested. You see this, we're holding it really, really strong. So do anticipate that if we did have a correction, put some cheeky bids on that, because I think if we did come down, have a little wick, that would potentially be your bottom, wouldn't it? And also, you're fully aware we are targeting this in the channel right here on the RSI. For Bitcoin on the RSI, we are targeting this particular trend line as holding as a key level of support, and potentially adhering to this particular trend line as support, because, you know, just like in previous bull runs, you adhere to some kind of trend line. Do you see this? Now, this medium trend line that I've drawn in here, obviously you're fully aware, I've spoken to you already. When you are above that, you are in the uptrend of the waves. Do you see this? Because you got wave, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then you went to ABC correction. Then in this one, you created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC correction. Then you've got another 1, 2, 3, 4 potential fifth wave just here. After you find the bottom of the fourth wave, which we're going through now, this nasty downwards trend that we're going through here is the fourth wave pullback in Elliott wave theory. Now, you know, look, since Bitcoin started its inception right here, okay, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC correction. You know, Elliott wave theory exists on a larger scale as well, you know, so we're going through this fifth wave right now before a big ABC correction in the bull market for continuation in the next cycle, and then a continuation of Elliott wave theory. So I won't bore you too much, you know, and Elliott wave theory is theory, okay? It's waveforms, and that's how the markets work, driven by human emotion. And just there equally, you know, the stock RSI is in the floor. Now the MACD is the thing that's telling me as well that potentially, you know, we have not seen the pullback that we yet, because the MACD is still not under the histogram, and when it's under the histogram, that proves to be a very fruitful bottom as well, okay, because that's still overextended in my opinion. Okay, you want to see it come down under these bars, just as the histogram, get down under there and start to roll back up and form the bullish cross. Wow, that's golden. So, you know, not a lot of levels have been reset basically in the floor. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Even the RSI in the weekly is still, you know, mid-level, so to speak. You know, if it ever comes back down to here, then wow, what an opportunity. Not financial advice, but you can see when it's absolutely in the floor down here, it's absolute optimal opportunity. And hopefully, you know, those times come again for Bitcoin where it does come right down into the floor. But yeah, do anticipate adhering to some kind of trend line here where we do hold this as support, start to pick up, break this level of resistance and form the uptrend of the wave 5 there of Elliott wave theory, taking us up to 200k in this bull run. So this is what we're anticipating for Bitcoin, okay? And you can see on the 5-day Gaussian channel right here that the support band, the lower support band for Bitcoin, is constantly moving up, okay? So we can't start to fall under this Gaussian channel, because if we do, like I've shown you so many times, you are in a bear market. That's your precursor to entering a bear market right there. Do you see that? So this support band is moving up, and you can see it's almost matching our target, our breakdown target here perfectly, okay? So I'm not saying Bitcoin will crash. I'm saying it could jump here, but for me there are certain key levels that I am targeting. If it does correct one more time, that potentially could match up with that guy's theory. And there's a very clever guy, he's called This Top, he's calling for 160k Bitcoin. He's calling for 3 dumps. We've had 2 so far. One last dump when all those Bitcoins get released. Is it Grayscale or something like that? I'll drop a tweet in the video descriptions for you to take a look at. And again, do get involved in Twitter. Do head over Twitter, get involved in the community, CoinsKid community on Twitter, and just get involved, okay? We've got 25,000 followers now, and there's lots of people engaging, so that's really good. And not just myself tweeting, there's all sorts of other people tweeting great information and technical analysis and ideas and everything as well. So head over there, educate yourself, get involved, okay? It's not just about trying to make money in this space, which is nice obviously, but it's educating yourself in crypto, which is a marvelous ecosystem basically. I don't need to ramble on about all that, but yeah, it's good. Just get involved in Twitter basically. So yeah, right now for Bitcoin, it's looking relatively good. You're holding key levels of support. Potentially, if you also see a rollover, I've given you breakdown targets and reason for those breakdown targets, okay? They're not just made out of thin air. I always give substance to the reason these particular levels, I give you them. Like for example, when we was up here and we really overextended, I said to you, put some cheeky bids at 2800 because this was a swing low, and you'd already tested this swing high. When you lose the swing high, you test the swing low, and remember that, okay? So you've got a cluster down there on a daily time frame, a bit of level of consolidation. This is why I give you that 26, 7, 8, 9. You may get lucky. Don't be greedy. Just if it does correct, potentially just put some bids at 2700, at 27k, sorry, because that might be a little bit greedy, and hoping that it does come down to that level. But again, don't go crystal ball. But again, it's if it does roll, it might not roll. You might just enter a level of consolidation here, consolidation, chop sideways until you get some form of support coming up on your ass like this. It starts to creep up, and with that you hold it support, and that'll be your upside. Do you see that? So no one's got a crystal ball, they can't see, but I do. The fact that I've got some breakdown targets on alts, which you're fully aware in the channel, I'll always be transparent with you. Okay, I project like XRP is going to do this, or VeChain is going to do that, or Cardano is going to do this, but I always show you the breakdown support targets and the reason for those as well, okay? And so far they've all come to fruition, aren't they? But Cardano in itself is doing really well, but it's hitting its head on the 55 on the daily. Okay, like I said to you, the daily 55 is the most important one. If you get through that on any time frame and start to backtest of support, you're dragging it over your shoulders and you're creating bullish crosses. You're creating buy and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid. And so far, Cardano is running into that as resistance. I know this is a Bitcoin video, but I will show you, because Cardano is doing relatively well, isn't it? But if you switch to the daily, okay, look, you're still under the 55 as resistance. You see that? You're hitting your head on it. This is the daily, isn't it? Let me take the Gaussian channel out here. So look, this is where you get rejected. Now, if this does, because personally I think Cardano's front running the alts. This is what I put on Twitter. You're already broken out. I know this is a Bitcoin video. I do apologise, but I'm just showing you, okay? Because for those that don't watch the Cardano video, you're under a level of resistance just here since you peaked out. Resistance, you've broken it. Now this is a fantastic signal. I did say that in the Cardano video the other day, that you've broken out a multi-month level of resistance right here. Is this the bottom signal, which will be great? And are we not going to have that third dump, which will be also equally great? But right now you can see that Cardano's broken out and it's running into the 55 as resistance. This is the major resistance you want to see broken on the daily time frame, because if you get above that, you start to backtest this support. You continue with a trend, because like I said to you, when you're above the EMAs, you're in an uptrend. When you're below them, you're in a downtrend. You're between, you're consolidating. Do you see that? So right now, if Cardano can get one more break and get above the 55 on the daily and start to drag it over his shoulder, you are creating a bullish cross. Now, the last time that Cardano created a bullish cross on the daily time frame, I'm just going to show you this. Look at this appreciation. This was, the signal to go long last year when Cardano created that bullish cross just there. Okay, even just here, you created this bullish cross. You had that capitulation in March last year, which everyone knows about, and you got the V-shaped recovery. Whoopie-doo, buy and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid. See you later. You had a correction, which you're going through right now. Correction, come back down. You create the bullish cross, and look at that appreciation. Okay, for Cardano, from that bullish cross just there, you actually appreciated a whopping 2,162%. Now, you know, I know it's a Cardano video, but let's just say we go through the same appreciation roughly around here. We created bullish cross. 2,100 and whatever percent, you're looking at a $33 Cardano token, which is absolutely insane, isn't it? But who knows? No one's got a crystal ball, but these are positive signals, and this is what you're looking for on all your projects. Okay, is the bullish crosses on the daily time frame. You get that and you're golden. You are absolutely golden. Okay, so I do anticipate that's what Cardano needs to do, is break the 55 back to support, because that in itself, you know, Cardano front running the alts, this is a fantastic signal for Cardano and just crypto in it, full stop. So yeah, that's basically a bit of Cardano involved in Bitcoin. I do apologize. So diving into Bitcoin on the hourly time frame right here then. So looking at Bitcoin on the hourly time frame, then you can see it's doing relatively well. Okay, you've broken a key level resistance just there as well, because you can see support. So you're actually breaking it, okay, and you're back testing its support right now, which is great, because before it was acting as resistance. Do you see this? So this is good. This is good. You're getting a bit of a move on here, and potentially forming some kind of bull pennant just there on the hourly. We'll have a look at the continuation just there. So for Bitcoin, from there to there, you've got some kind of bull pennant that's on the go when you break the level of resistance, because look, this is what it looks like that. You've got an upper channel of resistance, and you've got a lower level of support. So you're looking at a break quite imminently, to be fair. You know, Bitcoin looks really bullish here. But again, if you come up here and you do break out, you're getting really overextended from the EMAs, okay? And right there, you can see that is bang on with the resistance just there. Do you see that? So if Bitcoin does break out here, you are looking at a further 2.81% up to the upside for Bitcoin, which looks really, really good, doesn't it? But I'm going to make you fully aware, okay? You're fully aware that our target off this impulsive wave is 39k, and I will remind you again of why that is, because from there to there, you're potentially forming a new impulsive wave, and you can see that that's a target. That's a technical target of this impulsive wave, because this is what Bitcoin's doing. Look. Impulsive, corrective, impulsive, target, boom. But you are running into a key level resistance even off the break of this bull pennant that Bitcoin's potentially forming right now. You're not only getting really overextended from the EMAs, and I've told you so many times about getting really overextended from the EMAs, you're running into this resistance. Now this is the golden ratio of this retracement, okay, which is a continuation of the downtrend, and I've told you this. So what you're doing, you're retracing basically to this impulsive wave high, okay, for the next basic impulsive wave, the continuation of the trend. And you can see when you retrace just here, you retrace and hit your head on the golden ratio just there. Do you see that? You've hit your head, well, you basically broke it a little bit, but you've ran into another level of resistance where you rolled back and you formed you found support off of 0382, which I did give you the other day. I did say potentially that's going to act as a really key level of support. So you can see that right now you're coming back up to this level of resistance. Now if you do break 36615, you are looking at a reversal wave, and I've told you this, okay, reversal wave, boom, which is great, because you're not only coming up to retest that channel, you're also continuing, potentially forming a reversal pattern just there, okay, where you will retrace again and then come back up and break that level of resistance once more, and continuation, and potentially this could be your bottom, and we might not have that third dump. But unless you break this key level of resistance for Bitcoin right here, and like I said to you, break that, you're breaking the high, you're reversing the trend. It's a massive confluence of the fact and a high probability of creating that reversal wave. Unless you do that, and here you get overextended and start to fall again, this is where you can see a continuation of this impulsive wave down, okay, because this is a downtrend. Do you see this? It's potentially coming down, and you may find support again once down here. But if you do start to roll, I've given you your targets, haven't I? So do anticipate that the most important test is coming for Bitcoin, okay, and it's a test of this high. If you start to see 36615 broken, 36615 broken, okay, you're looking relatively healthy to form that big reversal wave just here, and you're breaking out of this level of resistance, coming back up to retest. Like I said to you, when you break this channel, okay, what happened? You come back up to test where you came from as resistance. Now this is the key resistance, this cluster up here at 41k, because if you do break that and start to backtest of support, you're out the woods. You're basically creating a reversal, you're getting above all the daily EMAs, like I've said to you, and you're looking really golden for continuation. But I'm going to show you something, okay? I'm always going to tell you and be completely transparent, because a lot of YouTubers are telling you they're going to break out here and it's going to go to the moon and stuff like that. You know what, we've got our projections, okay? You know we've got projections, but I'm telling you, you're coming up against key level resistance right there. And not only that, on the daily time frame, you're forming a very reversal. You're forming a reversal pattern just there, okay? This is my forte. This is what I'm good at, spotting reversal patterns. So I'm going to show you on a different chart just here for Bitcoin. Don't forget, I am bullish, okay? I am bullish. Look, that's the impulsive wave target just here. Do you see that? So basically, you come down, you create an impulsive wave up, you retrace to a beautiful level, the golden ratio, and you start to come back up, and you start to approach the 1618. Now, you've got to break through key levels of resistance, okay? You're fully aware of that. So if you do that, fantastic. So on this particular chart just here, we'll just hide that. I'll show you this pattern that Bitcoin's potentially creating right now. That's relatively not good. It's a bit of a reversal pattern. I'm basically coming back down to where you formed the pattern, basically. So on the daily time frame, you've got something like this. Do you see this? So just drawing this in there like that, and then you've got this. So potentially you can see where you're forming a rising wedge. Do you see this? You've got your points of contact, resistance on the top, just like that. So again, these can be reversal, and I've shown you a rising wedge which reversed, okay, but they tend to be reversal patterns. So anticipate this. You know, Bitcoin comes up to this, starts to roll, and you're scratching your head. It's because you've created a rising wedge and you come back down to where you formed it, potentially forming another double bottom. Okay, so from there, if Bitcoin did come up to that level and lost support, you know, you're looking at a 30k Bitcoin, aren't you? So yeah, I mean, it looks great, but you know, I can see patterns that are developing in the future right there. And you know, you come up to this level of resistance, you're not attacking that 55, you may see a rejection, you're scratching your head. Why? It's because you're forming this rising wedge and you lose support. It's a breakdown pattern, it's a reversal pattern, okay? But again, like I said to you, you know, you can break up out of these, and this would be a technical target. Okay, if you was to break resistance, this way you can see a continuation. You see yourself pump to 43k. So yeah, this is resistance, 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 support, support, support. Do you see this? So yeah, do anticipate that this is what Bitcoin's potentially forming right now, is a bit of a rising wedge. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay tuned, and we'll be back tomorrow with another update on Bitcoin. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.